The Rolling Stones songs that ACDC leader Brian Johnson liked the most. The Rolling Stones created fun rock and roll like no other, picking up the mantle from legends like Little Richard and Chuck Berry in their prime. This strategy worked well, just like it did with the people they considered their heroes, making them one of the most important deeds in history. ACDC frontman Brian Johnson is renowned for being one of their most illustrious supporters. ACDC has continually produced enjoyable songs, much like the Rolling Stones. In contrast to the group led by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, the Australian band has a noticeably rougher edge. Angus Young's explosive guitar licks and Johnson and his late predecessor, Bon Scott's wailing vocals give their blues-infused songs a darker feel, despite its blues roots. The Rolling Stones and ACDC's respective styles may differ slightly, yet there are also many similarities between their respective works. Brian Johnson has frequently gushed about the contagious genius of Mick Jagger and his band and has even been so gracious as to list a few of his favorite songs by them. Johnson picked his top 10 tracks in a 2022 interview with BBC Radio 2's Tracks of My Years. Naturally, he chose the upbeat 1968 classic from the Rolling Stones, Jumpin' Jack Flash, for the collection. He also cited the divisive Brown Sugar episode from 1971 as a memorable one. There was no other choice but Jumpin' Jack Flash. Of course there is Brown Sugar, however, certain songs have a special something. Other than the fact that the riff was so catchy, I had no explanation for choosing this song. The music inspired me to go out and purchase a pair of maracas, and I'll never forget it, Johnson added. Johnson recounted the first time he heard 1965's I Can't Get No Satisfaction and commended his fellow frontman's remarkable gift when talking about the genius of Mick Jagger in the 2022 documentary My Life as a Rolling Stone. The vocalist for ACDC recalled, "I only remember asking, what the hell is that when I first heard it? I believe Mick Jagger have this tremendous talent. He can enthrall everyone and make a large stadium seem like a little room. That is the trick." Johnson also listed his top 11 driving anthems in an interview with the Sunday Times from 2014, where he also talked about his large automobile collection. Start Me Up, one of the highlights of Tattoo Tattoo You, was one of them. Jumpin' Jack Flash, Brown Sugar, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, and Start Me Up are some of Brian Johnson's favorite Rolling Stones songs.